Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and hope you've had a wonderful Christmas. And this reading is going to be for our, possible happenings, our USA events for the week, like right after Christmas, December 26th through New Year's. Oh my goodness. Okay, right? January 1st, 2022. Oh, so I am wishing you all the best for the brand new year, for the entire year and beyond. But meanwhile, let me drop the camera down and we'll focus in on just this week. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm using the Maybe Lenormand by Ryan Edward, which is a combination of the Lenormand and Gypsy. So, okay, let me focus into USA events for this last week of the year. My goodness. So for the week of December 26th through January 1st, 2022. I'm thanking my spirit team for drawing me to the right cards. Okay. So bear with me while I draw 21 cards and then I'll get them spread out. Okay. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Okay. Make sure that corner up there right. Let's see. Oh, I have plenty of room. Okay. I hope you guys can see these cards. I might hold them up for you as I read them, but I hope you can see the little images there. Oh, everything should go up a little bit, actually. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's always good to leave room for the closed captioning. Okay, so opening up the reading with these first three cards here. So there can be something that's a burden. Oh, I know what this is. This is the burdens of the heart that can be really challenging when we're not sure what to nurture, when we're not sure who to trust in government, and on another level, just, that grief that that many people go through, over the holidays. Now, so it can be a grief of losing, people that we've lost. It can also be, that we're having more faith in our love and we're nurturing that. Now, maybe on one level, these cards came through this way so that we get that message that if we can have faith in our love and faith in our loved ones and faith in the people that we care about, and nurture that, give life to that. Keep throwing those logs, those logs of love onto the hearth, into the fireplace, and organize our lives that way. And that really, it's the laws of love that hold this universe together. It's the laws of love that were created and organized in a way that has kept, when you think about it, it's like, it keeps us from falling off the earth. We have, the earth is spinning at 67,000 miles an hour, and it's going through, we're in this Milky Way, right? But our whole solar system is not only spinning along with, all the planets that are spinning at their own particular speed, but they're all like moving through time and space this way, right? And all of this is happening, and we don't fall off of Earth, right? So if there wasn't some major organization of love that created that, I don't know how else it would have happened, right? That's the thing. It's something to think about. Yeah. So anyway, maybe this is about having faith in the laws of love and just keep nurturing that. On another level, this card is all about self-responsibility. It has to do with our cross to bear as we move through life. That life can be full of pain, but it's also full of pleasure. That we do grieve those that we've lost, and that is a part of life. But then we keep moving on, right? We just keep moving on. So there is that structure to life that we have the laws of love, but we do have pain with that as well too. So that's opening up the reading for, and I really feel like this has more to do with our loss of loved ones through Christmas time that we always experience. Yeah. So now I'll read these four corners here. So with the fox, there's something tricky, something's wrong, somebody is fraudulent. Gee, I wonder who this could be. There's orange written all over this card, right? Who do you think that might be? I don't think I even need to say his name. This is a card of hidden agendas, scams, cons, right? And backstabbers. This is the little assassin card. So I think these four cards are trying to say we're still under the burden, and it might be that this week we see Don the Con as being majorly guilty, and he's blocked. He's somehow blocked. So maybe this is the Supreme Court coming right back at him and saying, no, we're not going to honor your request again to to keep the records away from the January 6th committee, because this card has to do with some wisdom to bring in peace and balance and harmony. And if I just read this line here, this could be the White House. Trump is trying to assert executive privilege. Well, he's not the president anymore, so he doesn't have that executive privilege for things moving forward. And Biden has already expressed that he wants the truth to come out about the January 6th committee. So I think that that's what this is about. I think by the end of the week, maybe, I don't know, I mean, if they kick it back, if SCOTUS kicks it back, it'll go back to the lower court's ruling, which was that no, Trump, you don't get what you want, and that may be what this is all about, because this is a big obstacle. Because he's guilty. Another key word for the cross card is guilt. So okay, so let's look at what's here in the center first. And then I think I'll do 3 cards for each day and see how that works out. Okay, so this is a card of a bully. This is a card of Mr., bloviating hot air. Just keeps blowing out something from his mouth. It's one of the major keywords with this card is pride. So this is him, I believe, in his unhealthy pride. And this guy is a predator, has a big fat overblown ego, orange hair, red hair, whatever. And he's got his clan. So this has flump written all over it. And he's been sucking the energy out of, out of our government, it's just he's constantly trying to get attention. This could also be Joe Manchin, because he's of that ilk. He's definitely in that realm. Yeah, so this is our government, or any institution. It could be any institution, but it's a card of boundaries. So this could be a boundary, because this card's hanging over whoever these, predatory kind of guys that are just selfish. This card's hanging over in a boundary. And it might be surprising for them. And they are trying to take advantage of the system. The tree is, a card of systems and organizations. And again, kind of a double meaning here. But this is a health card sometimes. This has to do with analyzing. They're analyzing Trump this last week. Even though they're not, they're all home for the holidays. So this doesn't make sense to me. But I think in the background, they're still working. I think the members of the January 6th committee are still working. That is really interesting. And especially because it knights over here, 1 down and 2 over, these cards knight, and as well as the sun. The book has to do with secrets, so this could be secretly working to bring success in, when they come back from their vacation. That's interesting. If I read it from, let's try. Well, I have to go with just generally first, actually. So our government, and then also any other organizations. Oh, this could be health organizations to help with COVID. I'm reading this, diamond here. Yeah, to support, because this is COVID right here. These are 2, this is our social interactions card. And this is, or interactions, with the public, same thing. Also social media. And then this is a painful loss. So we are going to have more news this week. We don't need card readers or psychics to tell us that, do we? We're gonna have more. We're gonna have more surprising COVID deaths. Oh, it's so sad. So that's one layer of it. Another layer is Trump and people like Manchin and their whole big fat clan of, the greedy ones, and some foreign interest. Shoot. This could be Putin. This could be Putin and problems with his goal. And maybe he tries to surprise us, in Ukraine. There's that. That could definitely come through for the... Darn it. He's just... It's hard to just see these people and send them love, and I'm trying to do that just to not go into all the negativity. And my personality self can't do it very often, so I kind of, just have to turn the TV off and not watch much of the news. But, trying to keep up so that I can give some voice to these readings puts me in that place, that precarious position of how do I keep my heart open and loving when I see people like Putin and Trump on TV? That's my challenge. So this could be a TV card, seeing things on TV and in social media. And this line here, this diagonal, has Putin written all over it, and it has Trump written all over it. And Joe Manchin, maybe him on his vacation here. Yeah. This diagonal here looks to me like this, again, back to this, like, what we nurture, what we want to, it's a card of comfort. It's a card of warmth. It has to do with, like, what's cooking, what's burning, what's bright. It has to do with being with friends and family, of course. So I don't really care about Trump's Christmas and his family, but I kind of see this here. The anchor is about goals, but it's also about targets. And again, I'm feeling this has more to do with Putin than anything. So let's just send lots of prayers. Even though he's the hardest person on the planet to love, maybe send him lots of love so that he will consider so that he will get out of this, this goal to have Ukraine to himself. Because this card is about security. The anchor here is all about security and holding something in place. And we've got this, foreign, surprising connection here. And this death card here. I don't like seeing these cards when I think about Putin and Ukraine. So let's send lots of love to that part of the world and to all of those people. Oh, goodness. Yeah, because these cards night together. Okay, so if there's timing around that, this would be midweek. And I might not be right with the timing because my intention is more to get the right message, so the cards have to come together, because the cards that are touching each other are, they have more meaning than the ones that are further out. So I can't really go with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday thing. I don't think. Well, it's probably some weeks it'll line up and other weeks it won't, because my intention is to get the right message more than the timing. But we'll just, within this span of this week, Ukraine, Putin is an issue. We need to send a lot of love over there. Send lots of love to the people who have lost their loved ones and the holidays are hard for them. we can start doing that, or continue doing that as we've been doing. Okay, so let me read this 9 box here. So there's a coming together of lots of love, and on another level, maybe some new projects. But I feel like this has something to do with protecting the growth that we've had in the United States, maybe from foreign problems and from Trump. And so we've got the January 6th insurrection here. This card could be good news as to the burden that we've been under for supply chain issues, because this is a card of, one of the key words is, choices, making choices, but it's also, travel, being on the road, like domestic. But then this could be a turning point where we come together in a deeper, stronger way. Because there's a lot of care and devotion up here to keeping things together. Now this whole string here could have to do with the choice to honor our commitment to even though I don't have the ring card here to show commitment, but honor our deals with our allies in Europe. And, that's a big system. It's a big organization that we're involved in there. And against any threats. And yeah, it could be risky. Like if I just read this line here, there could be, something risky to our security. Because this is a card of safety and security. But there's, something's being blocked. So a hidden enemy is being blocked. This, to me, has COVID. This is a COVID. Ooh, definitely. These 3 cards right here are COVID cards. So this has to do with being very careful about travel and and seeing that can be a hidden enemy. And I'm doing this reading on Friday so that even if my internet goes out, you guys will for sure have it by next Sunday. But I did hear on the news that a lot of airlines are closing down flights for the holiday because of a lack of flight attendants. And also because of because of COVID, and they're worried about the spread, but then also flight attendants that don't want to work because of COVID and because they're ill. There's that too. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. Because safety and security is the wise way to go, always. Now these 2 cards knighting here tells me that whatever the hidden enemy is, if it's COVID, we're going to know more about it by New Year's. This would be the Omicron variant, I'm thinking. And they're already saying that it's way, way, way more contagious, but not as severe. So that could be some saving grace in there, because this is a card of recovery. The clover is a card of recovery and good opportunities and a happy outcome, even if it's like a small saving grace. And this is, this is the card of COVID. It's a mist, right? Unless we had like the, but I don't think my guides would do that to me anymore because, well, I guess sometimes. The 45 card, it tends to be my Trump card because it has 45 in it, yeah. But this could be another COVID card here. That's an illness card. But I feel like this is, a public illness, public mist, and the hidden enemy of like where COVID is lurking. So yes, there's going to be COVID news all week, but something will be successful and will reveal something that will help us be more safe. But there are, I hope that this is just more about something negative about Trump coming out that's a painful ending for him, and he's kind of sunk, and it doesn't have anything to do with COVID or Putin. But I can't say that, because it could be both. The clouds nighting down here to the anchor could be that it, with the death card hanging over the anchor, it's like double, something's down. Like if this were the lungs along with the anchor, it's like something in the lungs that is just so far in that it's not. And with that death card hanging over it, this is not good at all. So please stay safe out there. Please be careful. Please be careful and please be wise. And especially when it comes to visiting elderly people over the holidays. Because those tests are not always accurate. They can, have a false positive or negative. That's one of the problems. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so with this 9 box here, I'm feeling like secret. This is, for sure, I get the feeling this is Trump. And secrets coming out about him and his foreign contacts and his foreign issues in the past. Like that's a baseline here. Like just reading this across could show that Trump's secrets about his foreign contacts and his plans and movements from the past, the journeys he's been on, his travel to foreign places and all the changes that he tried to make, his actions, this is an action card, his secret actions will be surprisingly come to light, there'll be some enlightenment that's kind of surprising to some people, but I don't think it'll be surprising to us. This could be also some information that comes out about a foreign invitation, because the bouquet, the flowers card can be about invitations and offers. But if this is him, if this is about him, he's sunk, and we're seeing the whole 9 yards. And then these two cards knighting together, these I used to get these cards all the time for Trump. These two cards together spell Alzheimer's, dementia, senile, elderly, and then the fog of the brain, foggy brain. So that's up there too, because these cards knight together. And so it could be Trump's foggy brain that, maybe more people finally see. Let's see. I've read that line, this line. If I read this line across, I'll probably end up getting the same message I've already said, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but some people have guilty hearts, and they've just been nurturing their own hearth, their own home and hearth. So I'm thinking people like Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, things may come out about that, and shows their selfishness, might be kind of lonely at the top for them, but it's all out in social media, and we get to see how they've tried to cover it up, but we know who they really are. We know that Joe Manchin gets, last year he got $491,000 from what is it called? Energy systems, not Synergen. It's energy systems, just in his dividends for the year, stock dividends for the year. And that's in addition to, his $174,000 salary for the year. And he has a $700,000 yacht that he stays on while he's, in D.C., and he drives a Maserati when he's tooling around in D.C. I don't know if he has another one at home in West Virginia, but anyway, all these things are out. Notice how these cards knight together. We see it. And maybe by the end of the week, there's some obstacle for him there too, because maybe, this is him going home, and maybe the people of West Virginia have had it with him. Maybe this is a painful ending for him, and it's sneaking up behind him, is going to bite him on the butt, but he's done. He's done. Because maybe the people of West Virginia really need support because they have, all the population, the number of, people that have black lung disease, maybe they want more support. Because this is a health card, and this is, this is my stand-in for Trump and Joe Manchin. For sure this is Trump, but definitely this would be Joe Manchin. So this whole line here can be, this could be like him making that choice to go home, and then who's he in bed with? And then what about the health of the people of West Virginia? And this is a painful ending, but he's sunk. Maybe this card shows the gifts that he's received from foreign. Maybe he's received foreign gifts, and something like that is illuminated this week. That would be nice to get more information about that. That's the deal. It's like, how do you get rid of these dark people who are corrupt, who still have another, 4 years on their term? 3 years, actually, yeah. I doubt he'll be reelected. So, yeah. This has Joe Manchin all over it here. Let's see, is there anything else? If I look at this 9-box around, this could be recovery over COVID on some levels, but this is not good when it comes to, this is a public problem that we're having to deal with whether we like it or not. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new here, actually. It's more about safety and concern for elderly people. Yeah, I think I've said all I can say with with this deck. Okay, so let me put these cards away, and I just felt drawn to this other little deck here. It's a goofy deck. Super awesome fortune cards. I'll just do 7 cards here with this deck and see. What else for this week? The last week of the year tends to be a slower news week, a slower business week. I like that. That card is all about happiness. People coming together in happiness. I like that. Maybe we're going to have some good news here. Yes, the infinity of love coming together. I'm sorry, but these images are not the best for happiness, but this could be thinking independently. The cat lady's all about independence. Maybe it's a good week to hang out and love your pets. Oh, well, maybe this is Kyrsten Sinema, because she doesn't care about anybody else, and there's this, kiss up to the dark money. Wow. No, okay. And the broken mirror has to do with, oh, yeah, this is, so I feel like this is Kirsten Sinema thinking she's the, the queen that has it all together, but with this broken mirror right here, there's some bad luck coming through for her. I mean, I don't tend to believe in luck myself. I feel like we all create our own reality, but this would be bad fortune. It would be a way to read it. It's you don't want to see what's in that mirror, I guess a little skeleton down there maybe has to do with health issues or hauntings from the past. I don't know, what the heck is this other little, it's dice. Yeah, the green dice up there, the die, and Friday the 13th. All these like crazy false beliefs, but anyway, the message, when you get the broken mirror card, that has to do with something is broken and something is like fractured into a bunch of different places to the point where someone has a fractured sense of reality, and so there's a major disruption. Now, to whoever this person is, this has Kirsten Sinema all over it. Maybe it's not Kirsten Sinema, and maybe it's what's her name, the Theranos CEO, Elizabeth Holmes. Maybe this is her coming through. Maybe something happens with that trial that we hear about that. Oh yeah, or it could even be, with this card, we could even be in the, I don't know if we'll hear something that soon, but on Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. So in summary, this looks to me like we're going to be happy because something comes together, and I feel like this is now completed about these selfish women who have done things just for money, and now everything is broken apart because this has to do, and it's a number 2 card, so it could be 2 different women from these trials. What's her name, Potter, that Dante Wright's trial, the Potter cop, I forget her first name. Anyway, she went down 2 counts, man. So that one's done. There's 2 more. There's Elizabeth Holmes and there's Ghislaine Maxwell. So something could come through this week about that. And if it's not this week, maybe soon, right after New Year's. There's that possibility because I don't tend to hold things so tight, like right to that certain day that I'm asking about or date. So anyway, okay, well, that's all I have for this week. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and we'll be back next year. Okay, bye.